To add files onto your Moodle page, you're going to log onto your course, turn your editing on, and one way you can do it is click on the Add Activity or Resource button and go down to where it says File, click in the radio button, and press Add. Then the file selection box should appear. You give it a name. Remember, the name is what you will see on the cover. I'm just going to write File Example. It does say you have to give it a description. Note that it's red. You could just say whatever it is, give it some description. If you need your editing tools, you can click on Editing Tools and you'll get the full screen to do whatever you want in your description. Now, you can click on Files or click in here and it would open up the file picker and you can choose a file by browsing anywhere on your computer. What I also like is that you can drag and drop files here to add them. So what I'm going to do is split my screen so that my internet is on one side and I'm going to open up my documents on the other. And I'm just going to find a document. And let's say I wanted this PDF to be in the screen. I'm just going to click on it and drop it into that section. So now my file, these little exercises are going to go right in here. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to save and return to course, and you will notice that this 11 little mini exercises should be right here. But remember, I named it File Example. So let's try that again. You could go to Add Activity, choose a file, press Add. You could give it a name. I'll call this one, I don't know, Internet. Internet access, I'm sorry, I forgot. Internet access. And you can give it a description, how to connect tablet at home. Okay, and now I can drag and drop my file from here and drop it off. And then I can go down to save and return to course. Now, here are those two files I just added. I could do this a different way without having to go to add an activity or resource. This is one of the benefits of using Moodle 2.6 is that I can take a file and drag it over to my course. It has to be at the bottom of the topic section where it says add an activity or a resource, and the box should open up right there that says add file or files here, and I can just drop it right there. I don't even have to go into that add a resource, add a file. I can just drag it right from this is from my network drive, I just dragged it right over onto my course. I can do that with multiple files at once. Say I needed all of these files. I can highlight all of them, and maybe this one as well. So now I have 4 files that are highlighted. I'm just going to click and drag them over to that area and then drop them off. And you notice all 4 of them are loading at once. Okay, say I don't like having all of these folders, all of these files right here on the main page, right? Maybe I want to put them all into a folder and then have you click on the folder to access the files, kind of like your organizational structure inside your network drive. So if I wanted to do that, unfortunately I can't just click on my folder and drag it over here and drop it off. It's going to tell me that an error occurred and it's just going to keep spinning and spinning and it's never going to load the folder. There is a workaround to that where you can zip your folder. So inside my 3rd grade plants I have all of these files, right? So if I right click on that folder, I'm going to send it to a zipped folder. It's going to make a copy of that folder with a zipper on it. So now I just zipped the file. I can take this folder and drag it over and add it to my course. it's going to ask me some questions. So what do you want to do with this file? And you'll notice this is a zip folder. I can unzip the files and create a folder. That's exactly what I want to do. You could also create a file resource where it would look like the zip folder right on the front page, and then the people can click on it to unzip it themselves. I like this first choice, unzip files and create folder, so I'm going to keep that checked off and press upload. So now you notice that the first time I tried it without zipping it, it's still spinning, and when I zip the folder, that folder is there now. I chose to unzip it, so now when they click on it, all of those files that were inside the folder are still inside the folder. They're right here, and then anyone can click on them and get what they need. Okay, so that's how you can get a whole folder from your computer onto your Moodle site at once. You have to zip it, so what you're going to do is click on the folder to select it, then right click on it and choose send to compress zipped folder. It's going to make a copy of that folder with a zipper on it. Now I can click on the zipped folder and drag it over to my course and drop it, and then I'm going to choose unzip files and create folder. Pretty easy, right? It's so much easier to get your files onto your Moodle course in this new version. There's also the old way you can do it too. If you don't have your files in a folder on your network, you can go to add an activity, scroll down and choose folder. Then you're going to press add. This way you can create a folder in your Moodle course, give it a name. So I'm just going to call it test folder. This is just an example of a folder. And now, do you notice like we did the file before? They give me in this area to drop all my files. All of these files will be housed inside this folder, so I can choose this, whatever I want. I have about 6 files chosen. I'm going to click on them. It tells you how many files in the middle of that box, and then you're going to drop them off, and they're all going to start loading right into the folder. So here are all my files, and then I have to press save and return to course. When I get back to my main page, here's my test folder. When I open it up, click on it, it's going to open, and here are all the files within that folder. Okay, now I just kind of added a whole bunch of folders, files and folders on there. If I now decide, oh, I needed these to be in a different order, I could do that. Remember the four-sided arrow next to any activity or resource allows you to move it within the page, not just the topic section, the whole entire course. So I can click on this. I needed that test folder in this section. That's how you just click and drag and put it where you need to go. I needed this internet access up all the way down here in section 3 or section 4. I could just drop it off there. Okay, it's an easy way to get files and folders from your computer right onto your Moodle course. I hope this was helpful.